All right, let's see if we can get this going sooner than later. Checking to see. I'll get good at this. I know I will. Just give me a sec here. Here we go. Is that no? That's not it. We go to home. You got what did I learn recently? You gotta take anything that you're trying. Let's see, how can I do this? Oh, there you go. There you go, like this. That's how I had it last time and it worked. Well, excuse me. That's the beauty of live, I guess. I learned this yesterday or the day before. Anything that you try, you got to take serious from the get. You got to take it serious from the right away. Because, excuse me while I get all this situated, by the way. Oh, see, I could do this too. I guess I can go like this, and then I'll go like this. We're figuring this out, folks. We're figuring this out as we go. Ah, okay. No, that's okay. We're getting it. We're getting it. We're getting it. All right, that's up. I guess this is the way it'll go. How did we close this? I guess it just fades away. So I learned this yesterday. This was kind of cool. This is not the topic of today's video. Today we're talking about, I guess I do care what others think, with an experience that happened. But yesterday I learned something that was real cool. It was at the end of the day. I was getting ready to jump in the shower, and someone said, "This is whenever you start something, if it's something that you think you're gonna like, it's not something casual. It's not like, something that you just kind of do passively, like taking out the trash or sweeping or whatever, cleaning your counters or anything. But if it's something that you really hope that is gonna turn into something, you try a new adventure, you try a new project, you try this new hustle idea, side hustle or business idea, whatever you want to call it, or even like a new hobby, but a hobby that you're going to take seriously. Let's say you're going to take dance or you're going to take a sport, and you should take it. Don't wait till you get good, or don't wait till it blossoms. Don't wait till it roots before you start taking it seriously in here and in here. From the get, you should take it seriously, schedule it seriously, approach it seriously, get to it seriously, execute it seriously, with a serious mindset and a serious emotion and serious energy. This way, you get used to it faster. It becomes part of your life. It becomes part of you from the very beginning. Otherwise, it'll be just something else you have to deal with later. You started it casually, and let's just say you're in it, 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, and you're gonna be at that will root. The fact that you're not taking it seriously, that will be the initial roots. So now it's like, oh, it's working, I should take it seriously now. So now guess what, you got more on your plate. So not only did you have everything that you had on your plate before you got started with the new project, or that new adventure, that new hustle, or whatever it is, the new hobby, whatever we're going to call it. You added that to your plate. Somehow something got booted, something got removed, because you can't pile it, because you could only do so much. Be real, be honest with yourself. Don't lie with yourself. In order to add something, you have to remove something, or else it's just going to spill. Buffet style. So, what'll happen, hold on one second. Whoa. Thank you. So, what is important to do, I think, because when I heard the advice, I was like, it makes total sense, is if from the beginning you start and take it seriously, even if it doesn't root, even if you decide this isn't for me, I thought I was gonna like it, but I don't like it. It's done, and you cancel it and you move on to something else. But there's no loss. You took it seriously for the 3 days that you did it, and then you were done. The end. But what if it does grab? Your primer, your foundation, is set on casualness. And then you have to figure out how to now I'm going to take it serious. Oh, dang, you're thinking, oh, now I'm going to take it serious. Why didn't you take it serious at the beginning? So, anyways, that's something that I heard yesterday. Um, Topic for today that I wanted to talk about was, I guess, I do care what others think. During the week, I had this moment where I thought, I realized that I guess I do care. I guess it's easy to say, oh, don't worry about what people think. It's easy to say, don't worry about what they say. Don't worry about the naysayers. Don't worry about the criticism. Don't worry about the put downs. Don't worry about the negativity. And yeah, it's right. It's true. It's true and it's not true. When you're trying to do something that's good for you, you shouldn't care. You shouldn't care what people think, because I know that I want to do this and I'm going to do my best at it, and I'm taking it seriously and I'm going to go at it. And then you got, people chirping or whatnot, or, people or people you don't know. It's worse when they're loved ones, right? Or people that do tell you that, oh, come on, what are you thinking? Wow, and all that good stuff. But at the same time, if you're doing just something that you just have to do, constructive criticism is a good thing. Hey, look at, you're dropping a lot of stuff as you're going. You're dropping you're taking these rocks from A to B, and by the time you get to B, you dropped half of them. Maybe you should get a wheelbarrow. It's like, okay, that's not being negative. That's constructive criticism. So take that in. It's not negativity. It's not bashing you. It's not, oh, you're dumb for dropping all those rocks. Ha ha ha! Look at, you can't even get those rocks over there. That's the hate versus constructive criticism. Don't get those two mixed. And even the hate, you could kind of listen with filters. It's like, okay, is that valid? No, it's not. Move on. Anyways, I thought I was the type of person that 100% didn't care what anybody thought, because I would always relate it to anything that I would want to start, whether it was a new business, a new side hustle, a new hobby, a new exercise, anything that I wanted to try that was new, that was different, because I wanted to try it. I never had an issue with anybody giving their thoughts, their opinions, their chirps, their hates, their whatever. It just didn't do. And more so even in after 2019, 2018, 2019, 2019, when I officially didn't care about the positive reinforcement either, that's when it got real fun, because I didn't care whether you said it was great, good job, or that's dumb, you're never going to do that. Neither one of them mattered. And that was wonderful, because I could go at it without any plus or minus. It was just all me. If I'm having a good time, I'm measuring progress. Excuse me one second. Sorry about that. If I was making progress, cool. If I wasn't making progress, cool. What am I learning? How can I make progress? Do I want to continue? Am I any good at this? And you kind of keep on going. So what happened yesterday is that I was at the supermarket parking lot, the Walmart parking lot, and it had already happened where my exercising was getting spotty during the week, during the last 10 days. And I was like, okay, the goal is to exercise. The goal isn't right now to go to the gym. The goal isn't right now to do bench and curls and all the specific exercises that I got on my list. The goal isn't to do heavy resistance, light resistance. The goal is to exercise every single day, period. So I figured, okay, you know what? I got some downtime throughout the day here and there. I'm gonna start busting my push-ups wherever I can. I'm gonna start busting my dips wherever I can. And that'll check off the list. Did I exercise today? Yes. Which will increase my self-accountability and my confidence. And then later on in the day, or whenever I get a chance to cruise by the house real quick, I could do all the other exercises that I didn't miss out on, or I wanted to add to what I had already done. But officially, that checkbox was checked. I got my exercise in, period. So that's what I was going to do. And so I had my back hatch open on my truck, Forerunner, and I was like, boom, right here. Let me just bust these push-ups real quick. 3 sets of 12, 3 sets of 15, whatever. So I kind of do a quick little stretch, nothing fancy, just kind of like when you wake up in the morning and you stretch, kind of like that. And I put my hands on the bumper, and I hear, ooh, and I was like, oh. And I turn around, and there's this car. And the first thing I thought was, okay, hold on, I'm gonna wait till this car drives by real quick. And it took forever, as it should, because it was going through a busy parking lot, nice and slow, looking around, whatever, looking for her spot. And I thought, as she was driving by, I was like, okay, well, I guess I could start right now. And then I wouldn't. It's like, why am I not starting? I was like, oh my gosh, I care about what those people in the van may think. They're probably going to say, look at what a weirdo, he's doing it, you know. Why is he doing that on his why is he doing push-ups on the bumper, you know? Is he bored? Is he trying to get buff? What's his deal? And I was like, I was like, damn it, I do care. Why? And I thought, wait a minute, okay, coachable moment. Time to switch my thought process, my perception. You got to switch. You have that power. We have that power to change our perception whenever we want. We can see something as horrible, or we can see something as learnable. You know, what can we gather? And I think that's what's easier, to see the negative in things. It's hella easier. It's a lot more difficult to try to put, you know, what overall, you know, step back, you know, not be so narrow and focused on just how bad it is. So you could switch your perception at any time. So I was like, okay, no, who cares? Well, I care. And what do I care about? And I was like, well, shoot, okay. Well, uh, and I kind of stalled. I was like, yeah, I'm genuinely like worried about not so much what they're going to say, because I'm probably never going to hear what I'm for sure not going to hear what they're going to say, or for sure not going to know what they're thinking. But it's what story I'm telling myself of what they're thinking. So I said, you know what? No. I'm probably not going to get them to exercise, or maybe I will. I'd hope they would, you know. But at the very least, I'm going to hopefully inspire them, someone, maybe a 10-year-old in the back seat, inspire them to, it's okay to do what you want to do. If you want to do it, who cares what others think? Maybe not so much inspire them to exercise, but if this kid wants to go, you know, try jump rope in front of the house, but he's worried that there's, you know, other kids are going to say something, maybe watching this grown man do push-ups on his bumper in a parking lot will make the kid think, hey, I guess it's okay. I'm going to do jump ropes in my front yard, despite what those other kids are doing in their yard or whatever. I don't know. So I turned it into a, hopefully I inspire them. I'm definitely not embarrassing myself. So I got to it. Boom, I did my push-ups. Wow. And then I thought a little bit later, after I was done, again, van drove by, didn't give 2 cents about anything. They left, never saw them again. I checked off my exercise box, so it was cool. But then I thought, why was I concerned? Embarrassed? Was it embarrassed? I guess, yeah, I was embarrassed of what they would think. Maybe I'd turn around and they'd laugh, or they'd be smiling and looking, probably not laughing at me or smiling at me, or maybe they were, whatever. And I couldn't figure it out. And then, after a few minutes, or a while, I don't know, I thought, I'm not embarrassed. I'm not worried about what others would think when I'm confident about what I'm doing. if I'm gonna go wipe down my truck right now in the front and all the neighbors are out, I'm not gonna worry about what they say because I'm confident about what I'm doing. But if I was gonna go out there and maybe, I don't know, lay out some brick, I may be a little concerned. Give you a for instance. 3 houses down, there's a professional mobile car detailer. Guy's black truck is shiny AF. I've never seen it dirty. And he got all the fancy stuff. He's a pro. He's a pro. So when he washes his car, he washes his cars. It looks dope. I did, going back to the whole wipe down my truck thing, I did the other day I came out with my little bucket and my little caboodle holding thing that has all my little products and whatnot, a chamois. And I did catch myself looking over to see if the homie was home or he was out there washing his car. And if he was, I probably would have said, I'm going to wait a little bit. Because here I am with my hose and my McGuire's auto shampoo and my chemical guys liquids, while he's over there with his foam cannon and these unmarked bottles of pink, green, blue stuff that only he knows what's in there. And you could almost get the aroma of all that delicious smelling stuff while I'm over here, doing my thing. So there goes back to that. If he wasn't there, then I'd be confident with what I was doing. But because he's there, my confidence is down. So then I do get concerned about what other people think. It's easy to say, don't worry about what anybody says. It's easy to say, who cares what they think, when you're confident in what you're doing. When we're not confident in what we're doing, that's when we get a little worried, a little apprehensive, a little like, I wonder what they're going to say because I don't know what I'm doing, or I'm doing it wrong, or I may be doing it wrong, or I look silly, I'm looking goofy. So you just got to build your confidence. Build confidence, I guess, is what we got to do. Or trick our brains into think, hopefully we'll inspire them. Maybe if I'm out here washing my car with consumer products and not pro products, maybe this guy will kind of look over, and instead of making fun of me, he'll say, Chad, he's doing his thing. Way to keep your car clean, bruh. And maybe he'll even like wave at me or walk over or give me the thumbs up. See the shift? Initially it was, he's going to laugh at me because, oh, look at this guy trying to be a car washer like me. Or it could be the shift and say, damn, check out this guy. Make sure he's keeping his car clean. He's using cool Let me go ask him where he found out about that Chemical Brothers product, or what does he think about it. He'll ask me. We become homies. It took the same amount of mental real estate to think of those both stories, to fabricate those both stories. It took the same amount of effort. If we could start training ourselves when we are not confident about something to fabricate a story that could cause a good outcome, a positive outcome, it could change the way we feel about doing that thing that we're kind of maybe a little shy to do because we're telling ourselves the wrong story. So that's what happened to me the other day. I think it was like, what's today? Thursday? Might have been like Tuesday. I posted a short, which is kind of what I think I'm going to try to do when I come on here and do a live, whether it's once a week or every other day or whatever. I don't think it's going to be scheduled. I'm going to grab a topic of one of the videos I did during the week. Seems to be kind of easy to talk to, as those shorts that I do just kind of happen on the now. Usually something that happens right then and there. So I'll have a story behind it. Hey, we have somebody in here. Justin Davis, what's happening? Thanks for kicking it with me. Appreciate you. Let's see if I could see the comments. Thanks, man. It's about overcoming a crippling fear of long-term failure. Shit. We could talk about failure. Like the fear of waking up in 20 years and hating my life doesn't motivate me. It just shuts me down. I'll tell you what's a little bit more messed up than that. I'll get to that one, Justin. Let's see. I'm not understanding the other one. You're going to email back the potential employer? Yeah, email them back. Go get it. Thank you. Be right back before I lose the motive. With courage, yeah, you got to go. You got to, any act that you need to do and you feel the courage to do it, do it. Follow your gut. If it feels right, do it. If it doesn't, don't. And if you have to sit there and dwell on it more than 2-3 minutes, literally 2-3 minutes, you probably shouldn't do it. All right, he's back. You sent that email? I was just saying what's up to you, Justin. You could go back on the replay. I checked in with you. I didn't answer anything, but I was just reading your comments. I was saying thanks for hanging out with me here on my second live. I'm gonna bail here in just a little bit, but I'm reading your stuff. Good stuff. Answering your question, if you're there, overcoming a crippling fear of looking back 20 years from now and hating my life. Oh yeah, don't dwell on anything. Nola, you got it. Yeah, no, oh, I'm sorry, I misread that. Quick, man, quick decisions. You gotta be fast. Anything like, should I do it? Yes or no? Whatever comes first. That first feeling that comes first, that's the one that's usually right. Usually. And if it isn't, it's not a loss, it's a lesson. Just go for it. Whatever you think is your first instinct is the right one. It hasn't failed me ever since I started applying that. When I started thinking too much, or even worse, started asking for too many people's advice, what do you think? Oh, even cringy. Just think about it, because I used to ask it so much. What do you think I should do? Psh. The only person you should be asking that is you. I started doing that with me. What do I think I should do? And that first answer, why? Because I have my best interest in mind all the time. 2019 was huge when I started seeing that. It's all about me. Me for me. And once I'm good, I can share myself with others. Oh, let me go back to your question. And hating my life doesn't motivate me. Yeah, long-term failure, thinking, man, in 20 years I'm going to look back and I'm going to be like totally bummed out. Well, if you don't do anything, yeah, you're going to be bummed out. If you take too long and if you're dwelling too much on doing things, you're going to look back and have regret. Regret's the worst. I'll tell you what, I look back on a lot of my failures and do I regret the failures? No. I'm glad that I tried everything. Whether they were successful or not, that's up for discussion. Are you talking like successful in what I learned? Are you talking successful in the wonderful experiences I had? Are you talking successful in how much money I spent and how much money I made and how much money I was able to give? On what's the success? The success was, did I experience it? And am I still here to look back and say, cool, I survived it, or I experienced it in a really cool way, or both? What would be messed up, and it's the fear of failure. The worst kind of failure, I think, would be is the failure of not trying the things that you want to do what you want to do, as long as it's ethical, of course, that goes without say. But if you want to try something, try it. Oh, what if I fail? Okay, then don't do it. Go sit in the corner and I'll see you in 20 years. You could probably have someone bring you, Jim Rohn used to say that, go sit in the corner, have someone bring you your 3 meals a day, a blanket when it's cold and a fan when it's hot. And yeah, in about 100 years, it'll be over. The end. That doesn't sound like too much fun. Sounds like as those 100 years start coming to an end, we'll have a lot of regrets. Now, if you get up out of that corner and you go take risks, measurable risks, maybe sometimes not, you have fun. But everything's a risk. Going out onto the street is risky. Walking down the hallway is risky. But you're experiencing life. And the whole point of being here is to experience it as much as possible. So if you're experiencing it at as close to 100% as possible, if not 100%, you got nothing to fear. You got nothing. What did you fail at? You tried it. You tried it all. I hope that answers the question. That's my POV, my point of view. Yeah, don't seek for that validation. The only person that's Justin here is asking, I'm seeking validation from people I haven't even met. It It doesn't matter. The only validation you need is for yourself. You came into this piece by yourself. You're going to leave this piece by yourself. The only thing that matters to you should be you. And once that's at 100%, then you give yourself to the world. You share yourself with everybody on this planet, starting with your loved ones, your families, your neighbors, you know. But before any of them can you can share yourself with them, you got to completely embrace and share yourself, and be all for you. And don't worry about anybody else's validation, because they have maybe, you may think that they have your best interest in mind, but they have your best interest in mind with their filters, with their perception. The only one that knows everything about you is you. And that's when you start reflecting more on who you are. What do I like? How much of that do I like? And get good with you. That's it. All right, that's gonna do it for today. Thanks for hanging out, Justin. Anybody watching this on the replay, I hope you enjoyed it. Drop a comment. I could check those out. I invite you to subscribe to the channel if you're digging these kind of videos, if you're liking these kind of conversations. I'm just sharing my stuff. I'm sharing what I'm going through. If I've done it, if I've tried it, I'll share it with you. Experiences that I'm having. I hear it from somebody. I hear it from one of my coaches. I hear it from one of my mentors. I try it. I give the result. If I would adjust anything, if I would have to do it again and adjust anything, I'll share it. If I haven't tried it, I'll give you my opinion on it. But I won't tell you whether I won't lie to you and say, oh, this is going to happen, because I haven't tried it. That's all we're doing here. We're chatting it up. Experiences that are happening on the daily right now to your friend Albert. Yeah, like I said, hit the subscribe button, hang out with me. That way you get the notifications. Give it a like. That'd also be cool. Lets me know who cruised by. And if you have any questions or anything like that, drop a comment. I'll be doing lives a couple times a week at least. Once a week at least. If there's a topic you want to talk about, also, you could also leave it in the comment. I'll check those out if anybody does comment, and then we can maybe touch on those. That's going to do it for today. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful rest of your Thursday. It's September, the 1st of September. Make it a good start of the month. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for stopping by.